Good evening, everyone. Okay, today I'm going to share with you something which I experienced it myself, and I believe that some of you maybe few of you are also having the same problem like what I had previously. All right. Okay. Now, there are many challenges that I faced when it comes to writing. Okay, when I try to focus, and also when I try to write. Okay, so I'm putting all these slides together, and also feedback from students and some of my colleagues as well. All right, that helped me to compile these slides and to share with all of you today. Okay, now there are many difficulties and obstacles that we actually face as postgraduate students. Look at the challenges that are left-hand side here. Does it look familiar to you? All right, let's see. The first one is actually a difficulty to start writing. I believe that sometimes we do face this problem. We have difficulty of we have the difficulty of thinking what to write. Okay, especially when we start to write our chapter 1 and chapter 2. Correct? Okay, we have the guidelines as given by PGC, for example, but it is difficult for us to start what to write now. And we have the title, but we are not sure if the title is good. And we try to find the keywords, and we don't know what to do with that, right? So these are a few things that we find difficulties, and after asking and after finding out, we find that if we invest our time, okay, in planning what to write, it may help us. Okay, so when we start writing, don't expect that everything will be perfect. Okay, nothing is perfect the first attempt. We must always remember that. What we have to do is that we have to plan what we write and just write. Okay, nothing can be perfect for the first time. And to be honest with you, when I did my chapter 1 as well and chapter 2, it took me 1 year to complete. Okay, I will let you know why it took me so long. Because of the mistakes that I did. And in these slides as well, I have shared with you what are the mistakes that I did, and I hope that all of you will not do the same mistake that what I have done before this. Okay, now the second one is getting research materials. Okay, well, what happened is that when we try to find our research materials, okay, we go into Google, put the keywords in, all right, and start searching. But we are not sure of what we are reading, and sometimes we tend to actually go out from what we are supposed to write. We're supposed to write A and we search for B, something like that. It will guide us to something else. And one more thing is that we do not engage ourselves in real reading. Okay, we don't read actively. We don't have active reading habit, right? And to overcome that, we need to look at how to plan our write up. Okay, plan our write up and keep checking if we are actually if we are writing what we are supposed to write. Okay, so when it comes to writing, when it comes to active writing or active reading, we need to have plan as well. We have to plan what we really want to search for, right? And we find out and we base on and we need to know which are the website that we can actually look at. All right. And the next one is the interaction with supervisors. Okay. Now, I believe that this one, all of us have this, have faced this as well, right? Interaction with supervisors. Sometimes we feel that we are trying to express A, but they're understood as B. Sometimes they say C and we thought it is D. We perceive it differently. Okay, and sometimes we feel that it is not what we wanted to write, but that is their guide. That is what they want us to write. Okay, there are many things like that, but bear in mind that your supervisors are actually assigned to you based on your area, and they are expert in your area. All right. Sometimes we feel that they are not listening to us, or they are not giving us the full support that we need. But please bear in mind that we need to open up our heart, open up our mind to actually listen to them. Okay, listen to them, and after that take notes. Okay, and after that compare with what we have in mind. All right. It is not how many times you communicate with your supervisors, it's actually how effective your communication is with your supervisors. Alright? Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one, lack of study time. Okay, we always have this, especially those who are working. I believe that all of us here are working adults, and lack of study time is always our complaint. Okay, I have students coming to me say that, doctor, can you extend my study time? Can I extend my study period because I really have no time to study? All right, it is very common. Okay, because as a working adult, it's not only your job, but it's your family as well that you have to look at, and other personal things that you have to look at, and it is not easy to actually find that time within that 24 hours. But what we can do is that we have to set goals and deadlines for ourselves. All right. What I after realizing that, what I did was, the first thing in the morning when I wake up, when I want to start my day, I will plan what time I will start the writing. Okay, maybe it could be like half an hour during lunch hour, or even 1 hour before I go home, all right, or 1 hour after when I reach home. Okay, that's what I do, and try to stick on it. I did like 80% of my time that I could fix that. Okay. And another one is poor use of study time and tendency to procrastinate. Yes, this one is very, very common as well, because there are times that we set our study time like half an hour or 1 hour or what time is it in the day. But sometimes we tend to get tired, or we tend to get distracted. Or we will tell ourselves, it's okay, I'll try again afterwards. I will do this tomorrow, make sure tomorrow I will start. Okay, this is something that is very, very common as well. So to avoid this, we need to try our very, very best to set our mind positive, to have a positive mentality, and also to keep checking on our plan. All right, to make sure that you look at the Gantt chart and you know that you are on the right track, and you will complete what you have to do on that day. Okay. And another one is actually lack of good study space. You don't have a study space, and you could not locate the free time, and you have a corner that always get distracted. Okay, try to find a place that you can actually focus on the study. All right, no matter where it is. Okay, and when you start, stay calm and stay focused on your writing plan. All right. Okay, now this is what happened most of the time. Okay, if let's say there is a typewriter, I think my paper will be more than this that I have thrown away so far. I think the trees have all gone as well. But we are very lucky today. What we have in our computer, in our laptop, is that there is a delete button, right? We just delete. Okay, we copy paste and we can delete. We copy paste and we can delete that anytime, right? Okay, so this is something very familiar. We cannot focus on writing. Okay, so now let's see what you can do. Okay, some people believe that there is a myth about writer's block. All right, people think that only bad writers get blocked. Honestly, no. All right. Even up to now, that me and my colleagues, if you ask Dr. Firdaus and other colleagues as well, we do get mental block when it comes to writing as well. Okay, there are times that we just don't know what to write. Okay, so don't be harsh to yourself. Okay, expert writers do not need to revise. This is untrue as well, because we are not perfectionists. okay? And we cannot be perfect the first attempt. We need to keep on improving on our writing, okay? And the third one is that it is efficient to write a near perfect first draft. No. Alright, again, this is a no, because it is impossible that for the first time that you try, you will be perfect. Okay, I have revised my chapters. Okay, in 1 year I could only complete chapter 1 and 2. So can you imagine how many times I revised my chapters, and how many times that I have to delete everything and write that again, because I feel that there is no connection between one paragraph to another, or one section to the others. All right. Okay, so when you're stuck, you're stuck. No, it is not like that. It is not that when you're stuck, you will be stuck forever. It is not like that. Please don't believe that, because you will find your way. All right, you will find that light. Okay, and writing is painful. Yes, it is in a way, but it can be overcome. All right, as long as we know what we are supposed to do next. Okay, let's see how. All right, okay, now an advanced writing processes. Okay, when it comes to advanced writing process, we look at this requires our self-conscious, a systematic development of writing process. Okay, so we need to be very, very professional, and we need to know the topic that we want to write, and we have to plan it well. Okay. Alright, now the advanced writing process. Okay, what we need to do is actually to expand our writing process, like our thinking, how we do our research, and how we discuss our ideas and outlines. And we can actually do this by discussing with our peers, our colleagues, and also your advisors or your supervisors. If you don't have a supervisor now, it's fine. Discuss this with your advisors or your colleagues or people that you trust that is expert in that field. Have an idea from them. All right, have an idea of what is that topic about. See if they can give you any input. All right, and after that you have to invest your time. All right, after that, when you have a lot of things in your mind, when you have the idea, write it down. Okay, write it down. It doesn't have to be organized, but just write all your ideas down so that you will not forget. So that when you have time, when you look at it, it can refresh your mind of the idea that you had earlier. All right. Okay, so what is important is that you generate all the ideas, you compile them, what you have discussed, and put them in paper. Alright, so we will not forget. Okay, now we need to really understand that we have to break the habit of criticizing and correcting at the same time. Okay, first thing that we want to do is that we have to be a creator first. We have to create our mind. What is in our mind? Put that in paper. Alright, before we critique what we have written. Okay, creating and criticizing are both different things, but these both are very, very important when it comes to writing. Okay, first you have to put all your ideas in mind, and the second time then you ask yourself if this is required, if this is what is happening, if this is possible. All right, those are many questions that you have to ask yourself after that. But first you have to start writing. Put all your ideas into writing first. Okay, so this is something like the idea cluster that I have just mentioned just now. All right, put everything what you have discussed with your advisors or your supervisors or your peers or the expert or the industry expert in a paper, so that when you look at this, you will know what you want to do. All right, and after that, once everything is done, try to build an outline from that, so that you will know exactly what you want to. So this will give you a guideline of how you're going to start writing. When you go to the internet or when you go to the library to search for your information, you know what to search for. All right, so it will give you a clear guidance of how you are going to continue with your writing, proceed with your writing, so you will not get stuck so much like me. Right? Okay, so now this is the mode of the development. So narration. Okay, so how you going to how you going to do the beginning, the middle, in the end. Okay, it may not be a complete flow, but you have all the ideas there. And after that, how you describe them, how you arrange them, how you explain the process that you're going to achieve those. All right, the processes that you're going to go through. Okay, what are the examples and the cause of effect. Okay, comparison, how you compare your findings. All right, and how you classify and how you do your analysis as well after that. And it comes in a circle, and in the end it comes with a complete idea of how you have put all your ideas and all your thoughts into writing. All right, okay. Now, what causes writer's block? Perfectionism. It's very this is very common, right? So we want to, when we first write, what we have in mind is that it has to be perfect. No, it is not. All right, nothing is perfect. So what we have to do is that we have just need to put whatever we have discussions, whatever we have in mind, and put it in writing. Okay, and you don't tell yourself that nothing is good enough, because in the end you have to revise it again. All right, we will come back and revise that, and you need to be confident with yourself. All right, when you write, no matter it is just the first draft, second draft, it is okay. You need to be confident with yourself, because at least you have started to write. You have put all your ideas together. All right. Okay, now, rigid rules and advice. Or advice. Sometimes we will have this rule saying that we have to do this first, or we have to do that first, or this paragraph have to be polished and have to be very good, or have to be perfect before we proceed to the next one. No, it is not. Right. What we have to do is that once we have done the outline that we discussed earlier on, okay, we try to find those information or journals or information that you have, put it all in one in the same section. All right, and after that you have to go through it the second time, the third time, and try to refine that or fine tune that. Okay. Information overload. Okay, this one is also very common. Sometimes when you want to find a keyword and you realize that there's a lot of information about the same keyword, and you find that like everything is very important for you. Okay, now what you need to do is take a deep breath. All right, and then scrutinize those information, see which one is most suitable for you. All right, maybe from 20 to 15 to 10, and organize that later. But the most important thing is that you have gathered all the information. All right, okay. So after you have gathered all the information, all the journals and everything, you summarize that and see which one is most applicable. All right. Okay, now strategies to overcome writer's block. And what we need to do is that it is best that we can allow ourselves and give ourselves some time to think and to ask questions and scribble some notes and make connection, like find someone that can actually assist you, talk to someone. All right, talk to an expert that can actually assist you with that. Okay, and then you find your time to plan, and after that you just write. Okay, put all your thoughts into words. Okay, now engage yourself in active reading. Okay, just write, just read and summarize what you have read. Analyze the models, find models, articles, chapters, or reports, or authors. Analyze authors' what they have actually written with regards to this area that you are actually looking into. All right. And after that, you can consult with your supervisors or even your advisors as well, or your colleagues, and peers. Discuss with them. Okay. Find connection with them and have effective communication with all of them. It will really help you and it will really motivate you to write. It will keep your ideas flowing. Okay. And after that, you can seek constructive, productive feedback. Okay, you can also find experts from the field, all right, from the field that you are in, all right, or from the subject matter. Find the subject matter expert to actually help assist you with that. Okay, and one thing is also very important is that set goals and deadlines. Okay, what we can do is that you can divide the session for each chapters. Okay, put a deadline on that. All right. Last time what I did was that for every session, my mirror is full of my deadlines. Okay, so each time when I want to look at myself, instead of looking at myself, I'll be looking at the mirror and looking at all my deadlines. All right. And also some words from my supervisors, what they asked me to do. Those are the things that I put on my mirror. Okay, and this is real story. Okay. And another one is very, very important, that is find a cheerleader, someone that will cheer you up, that will keep you motivated no matter who they are. Okay, maybe they are your partners, or maybe they are your friend, your siblings, your colleagues, your advisors, or even if you can speak to your supervisors to find ways to motivate you. All right, this is very, very important because we always need to get ourselves motivated. All right, and keep our mind positive, and only this that we can be on the right track. Okay. All right, create a writing conducive space. It means that we need to find a place, a corner in our house that we can arrange it so that when you sit down, you feel, okay, it's time for me to write. You feel very good. It's very conducive for you to write. Okay. All right. Okay, next one. This is we need to find something that can motivate us. We need to achieve our own goals, right? Okay, so to achieve our own goals, we need to find something that is easy. Find achievable goals. Make short ones, all right, but make it realistic. Make a short and easy list of realistic goals. It means that we find something that is realistic and we know we can achieve that. Okay, let's say for example, you want to finish this section in 2 days. Okay, that is your goals, right? Make sure that in 2 days you can achieve that, and you will feel very good about that. Once you are able to achieve small goals, you'll be able to achieve bigger goals. All right. Okay, and don't push yourself and ending up feeling unproductive. When you first start, don't tell yourself that you will finish chapter 1 in 1 week. Alright, you may not be able to do that. And if you put that goal so high to yourself, in the end, if you are unable to finish it, you will feel very, very unproductive. Okay, so try to make very, very short ones. Okay, and another one is that believe in yourself. You can do this. Okay, and there's a very famous Chinese saying is that a successful person is a person that has successfully created his own path. It means that you have to set your own goals. You have to find your own goals. Alright, you have to set your own dreams and you can achieve that. Alright? Okay, the next one is have the right frame of mind. Avoid being negative. Don't talk negatively about yourself. This happened to me as well many times, and many times that I fall back to my colleagues, all right, and I also fall back to like Prof. Ali, Dr. Firdaus, and few of my colleagues that actually pulled me back, told me to be positive again. They reminded me many times, and I owe this to them as well. And I owe this now to all of you, because all of you, even though some of you are my students and some of you are not, but When I talk to all of you, it motivates me. It gives me a positive energy. All right, and I find positive energy in all of you. Okay, so there are times that you feel very tired and you are very demotivated. Okay, don't dwell into it. Don't let these feelings discourage you. Okay, don't dwell in at any times when you feel discouraged or demotivated. All right, find ways to be motivated again. Talk to someone. All right. Okay. Now, this one is very important. Visualization. Yes, daydreaming. This is something that I really like to do. Okay. Okay. Now, visualization. Sometimes we feel that this one is like not practical, but actually it worked. For me, in my case, yes, it did. Okay, now let me tell you a story. This is my real life experience. Okay, all right. I finished my diploma at a very young age, very young age. But because of family commitment and all, I could not continue to my degree. And I did my degree when I had my 2 kids. When my daughter was 1 year old and my son was 3 years old. That was the time that I started my degree. And I visualized myself, okay, one day I will have my Master's MBA as well. And I pulled through it with with a full-time job, with no maid, okay, which I have to look after my 2 kids at night. And I have to find time to study. When they are asleep, I will be studying. Since I started my degree till I finished my PhD, I never sleep more than 3 hours a day. Okay, I never sleep more than 3 hours a day because I have visualized myself. I wanted my degree very much, so badly, and I worked so hard because I have to sponsor myself, and where I did that for my MBA as well. And to tell you the truth, when I did my MBA, my daughter was very young, and I actually took her to school. Okay, I took her to school to actually have classes with me. Okay, because there was no one to look after her. So when you can visualize yourself and be very serious with that, you'll be able to achieve your dream. Okay, you must visualize yourself and set your goals and go for it. All right. Okay, now these are the 3 inspirational quotes that really worked for me, and I would really like to share with all of you today. It's not the load that breaks you down; it is the way you carry it. Okay, it is not how much that we plan to write, but it is how we actually do. It is how actually we start our work. All right, and how we actually end it. It's how we plan and how we execute it and how we do it. Okay, opportunities don't happen. You have to create them. Yes, it's true. We have to create opportunities. It doesn't come. It's just like when people say that money doesn't drop from the sky, right? Okay, so opportunities as well. We have to create that. Okay, when we have decided to write, when we have decided to do our PhD, and we have decided to do our masters, or we have decided to go to the next step in our life, right? We have to create that first step. Okay, that is an opportunity, and we have to do it ourselves. Okay, no one can ever stop us until we stop ourselves. All right. And some people dream of great accomplishment while others stay awake and do them. It's true. Okay, some people will just visualize. All right, they will just dream of how they accomplish this and how they accomplish that. But others, they took it one step at a time and they did it. All right. Okay, this is something which is one of the last slides that I would like to share with all of you. All right, and please allow me to read it. Okay, never underestimate your self-power. Life is a demanding journey, and often it demands effort that seems to always exceed our abilities. Nevertheless, always remember that life will reward us if we are willing to keep pushing ourselves regardless of what limits us. So, No matter how many times you fall and how exhausted you might feel, keep going on the path that leads you where your dream is waiting. Never forget, anything worthwhile takes time, energy, perseverance, determination, and sacrifices. But as long as you are alive, you have more power than you could ever imagine. I hope you remember this as well. Okay? So, no matter what it is, you are much better than what you think you can do. So, just right. With that, thanks for listening.